Good afternoon, Simon here, Explosive Action, back with a movie update. Doing this one on a Saturday afternoon as I've got some time. Firstly, apologies on my last one, my metal update, for one, being incredibly tired, and two, for the exposure problems I had with the lighting going in and out. I think I pressed a wrong button. We're going to start with DVDs first and move on to the Blu-rays. Let's do this one quick. So the first one we're looking at is Rock Monster. This is a Sci-Fi Channel movie, back when they were Sci-Fi, not Sci-Fi. This is a Thai DVD. It's the only one that I know that exists. I like these, the early 2000s era of Sci-Fi Channel pictures. The effects are terrible, the stories are the same all the time, and they're as generic as hell, but oh geez, they're fun. They seem to have lost a lot of that fun when they moved into the sci-fi era, but I think these ones are just a great time. I haven't seen Rock Monster. It's like I said, one that the DVD was just non-existent except for this Thai one, so looking forward to checking it out. It comes in a slipcover, which is just giving it way more than it deserves, I'm sure. So there you go, Rock Monster. Next one is Pure Danger with C. Thomas Howell, PM Entertainment production, and just look at that glorious mustache. There's only one way out, and it's via that mustache. Yeah, not seen this one before, but it looks like it's going to give me the things I want. I see mustaches, I see blood, I see guns, and I see dancing ladies, and yeah, that's why we watch PM Entertainment films, don't we? So yeah, looking forward to checking out Pure Danger. The next one, I had this once before, Turbulence 2. I've even reviewed this on my blog a good decade ago now, and I didn't think a great deal about it, and I'm sure I'm not going to think a great deal about it this time either. But I had a really rubbishy X-rental, and I think I just threw it out. But I found this copy for 50 whole cents, and it's basically new, so I figured, well, look, let's throw it back into the collection. One day I'm going to feel turbulent, and we're going to watch Turbulence 2. It's basically it's just executive decision this time round. So yeah, that's what you get in Turbulence 2. Some Chinese, some Hong Kong films. I got lucky with this one. I found this in a shop. This is called Front Page. I know very little about it except for being a Hong Kong comedy from Huey Films. From what I understand, there's a few from this company, and they're regarded as being pretty well known. The Huey brothers films. So yeah, I don't really know much about it. This is from 1990. Legit Hong Kong release in a nice slipcover. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked to pick that one up. Same day I picked up this Universe release of the Tai Chi Master, Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh. So this is probably going to be late 90s or so. No, 93, there you go. As with most Universe titles, it's letterbox, but probably not anamorphic. It doesn't say it is, it probably won't be. But it has all the subtitles, and it's in the correct language. So yep, they're often the best way to go, unless you get a Legendary Pictures remaster or something like that. So yeah, looking forward to checking out Tai Chi Master. This one I got in a Kringle. There's a few in this I got in a Kringle that I did. This is called White Badge. So it's a Korean war film. That's about all I know. Korean war film. Most of the back is not in anything I can read. But yeah, I really don't know a great deal about it at all. If anybody has seen this one, White Badge, please do comment, because I haven't even looked it up yet, what it is. As I said, it was a Kringle gift. And the last DVD, this is a really cool one, the Eureka Nosferatu set, which comes in a big fat DVD case. You don't see those very often anymore. This was also a Kringle gift. 2 DVD set with the 2007 restoration, with the Hans Erdmann score, previously unheard for over 85 years, and original German intertitles. So yeah, we've got a documentary, an 80-page book, which is why this thing weighs a ton. Now, I'm sure this has been superseded by a Blu-ray, but as I said, it was a gift, and the edition I had already was one of the first DVDs I ever got, and it was a really nasty affair. Very public domain. So, yep, I'm pretty happy to pick up Nosferatu from Eureka. And onto the Blu-rays now. The first one is a comedy, the only comedy. This is Used Cars. I have never seen Used Cars. This was also part of that Kringle gift. I got quite a few things in that Kringle gift. Yeah, Kurt Russell, obviously as seen on the front, quite young, and it's from director Robert Zemeckis. So I don't know why I haven't seen it. I guess it just never came by me. But look, it looks like something I'm going to enjoy. One of the funniest comedies of the 80s. And 80s American comedies from people like Robert Zemeckis. Yeah, that's stuff that I'm going to enjoy. So, yeah, I'm sure you've all seen it, but I certainly haven't. Used Cars. Looking forward to checking that one out when the funny bone needs a tickling. This one doesn't look so funny. Plank Face. This is the limited edition. I got this from a friend that was selling it off. Signed copy. There's a long sold out, I believe. Number 349 of 1000. These might have been the Kickstarter version, actually. From director Scott Shermer. And yeah, haven't seen Plank Face. I've seen one of his previous films, and the name escapes me right now. Will they mention it on the back, maybe? And I do have it. It's on my my gore shelf. I've just forgotten which one that could be. But you get like a patch to sew on. You get some cards, a reverse cover. It's all quite a nice little presentation, and it's a pressed disc. It's not some BDR nonsense. So, yeah, Plank Face. I got it for a steal, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out. The Pact 2 picked up for $1 whole. And it's going to join that collection of films where I have upgraded the DVD to a Blu-ray without ever having got to the DVD. I'm sure you've all done that plenty of times. I liked the first Pact. I've heard the second one's not as good. But look, I will replace a DVD with a Blu for $1 any day of the week. So, yep, we'll check out the Pact 2. Let me know if you've seen it. Another Kringle gift. The Rage Carry 2, 88 films release. It's a nice slip on this. It's sort of rubbery. That's the best way of putting it, like velvet. Quite interesting. I saw the Carry 2 way back when. Might have been early DVD days. I think I might have rented it. And I've got zero memory of it. I just know that I did that. So yeah, I'll check it out. It's when was this made? Must be like 2000 or 99. There you go. I was pretty close. Yeah, but there's a good era of horror, sort of the late 90s, early 2000s, if they were still shot on film. There's some gems to be found. There's a lot of shit too, but there are some gems to be found, so we'll see how we go with The Rage Carry 2. This one is a classic, and I thought I had it. I actually thought I had this, and I went through my collection. I couldn't find it on DVD or Blu, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but I have seen it. This is Don't Look Now. The UK print from Studio Canal on their Vintage Classics subline. Yeah, Optimum Classics, I think, is the actual label. What can you say about this one? Donald Sutherland is Donald Sutherland. It's a very good film, and it's been picture and audio restored, which is always a good thing. So, yeah, I don't remember when I last watched this, but it must have been a while ago because I can't find any copy that I apparently don't have. So there you go. The Crazies, the older Blue Underground Blu-ray. I was going to get the UK one. I just kept holding off, and then, well, this landed in my lap for the princely sum of $0. I have no idea if Arrow did any remastering on their Blu-ray or if it was just this thing again. I'm sure this Blue Underground looks fine. So I'm happy to have that, and it's an upgrade from my old Umbrella DVD anyway. It's a great George Romero film. Seems to be been getting a bit more love these days since the Blu-rays, especially the Arrow one. A lot more people talking about it, but I always enjoyed it. I got actually before I had the Umbrella DVD, I had I think it was a Anchor Bay, maybe even the Blue Underground DVD, which I got in one of my very early Amazon orders way back in the early days of 2002 or something like that. Anyway, Hercules in the Haunted World. I think the rest of this pile was a giant Amazon US order, which took some time to get to me because a few things were held up. I had a gift card for quite the sum of money, and I used it on a big Amazon order. Hercules in the Haunted World, Christopher Lee, Mario Bava film. I've never seen it. I Honestly, I hadn't actually heard of this film until this Blue was coming out, but it just sounded so crazy to me that it's a Hercules film with Christopher Lee and from Mario Bava. I mean, that combination just sounds crazy to me, so I reckon it's going to be excellent. I've heard it's really good fun for many people, and it's a Kino classic on the Kino Lorber. You get 2 different cuts. 3 different cuts. That's outstanding. 84-minute US cut, 86-minute Italian cut, 81-minute UK cut. And the Euro version is in Italian with English subtitles, so that's pretty much the full gamut. Very exciting. Not sure which one I'll watch first. 2-disc edition. Very cool. These next 3 are what held it up. Not sure what Warner did this time with their archive collection, but it was... oh, I've lost focus there. Come on, focus. Let's get some focus. Yeah, there we go. Not sure what they did, but Amazon completely just sold out for a good 6 weeks. These titles, they missed Halloween for most people. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, 1973 horror TV film, made for TV. I had the old DVD of this. It's a good one. I quite enjoyed this, and I do look forward to revisiting it actually, because these Warner Archive Blu-rays, which are pressed discs, they are always pressed, unlike their Warner Archive DVDs, which are burns, but these are real discs, real movies. They always do really good restorations, and they don't get sung about enough, because they just sort of sneak these things out, and they don't have any extras, and everybody but me seems to care about extras. And then I look at the back here actually, and there is audio commentary, at least 2 of them, so there you go. Anyway, that's Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, the TV film. This is From Beyond the Grave with that fantastic cover that you've seen on many VHS over the years, used for different films. Such good cover. Awesome hand-painted stuff. This one I haven't seen, but it's an Amicus film, and I know it's going to be good because it's Peter Cushing and it's Amicus, so there's not much to say there. It's going to be good. What does it be, 60s or 70s? 73, From the Beyond the Grave. Bolt the door, lower the lights, settle in for a stylish 5-episode supernatural shocker. Oh, good. It's an anthology, From Beyond the Grave. That means it's going to be excellent. And this one I understand is more of a horror comedy. And I can sort of work that out from the title, The Fearless Vampire Killers, or, pardon me, but your teeth are in my neck. What a great title. Really nice painted art as well. And haven't seen this one before either, so we'll see how we go with this. Directed by Roman Polanski. Oof, there you go. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but yeah, don't know what to say about it. Just all 3 of these came out at once, and I figured, yep, I'm going to get all 3 of them. Why not? If you've seen it, please comment. 2 from Severin. Byleth, or Byleth, probably Byleth, The Demon of Incest. I think this might be a little bit sleazy. Don't know. Maybe just a tad. Black gloves, hair-covered boobs, and it says incest on the front cover. We're in for a good time. Ultra rare Italo shocker on Blu-ray for the first time ever. Severin has really been knocking it out of the park the last couple of years. Their stuff has just been great. Of course, I mean, they did Robo-War, so that instantly makes them my favourite label of all time, because it's got my quote on the back. How awesome was that? But yep, I've not seen this. I don't think many probably have had the chance to see this one. So yeah, the Euro sleaze sickie of the 70s with Mark Damon and Claudia Gravy. Claudia Gravy, what a great surname, Gravy. There's probably a joke in it, but anyway. And the other one is Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory, the original uncut version. This looks great. This is a 1961 film. So it's, as it says, Italian horror meets a German krimi. So sort of giallo, but German flavour is what we're saying there, if you don't know what a krimi is. I don't own many krimis, actually. I should probably look into getting some more. One of the strangest werewolves ever to grace the screen. Okay. Would appear to be in black and white, at least by the photos on the back. Yes, it is, 1961. In Italian and English. Never seen it. No idea what it's going to be like, but it's a 2K scanned from archival vault footage, so that's going to be nice. Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory. Great title. Nice upgrade here. Who Saw Her Die? Really good George Lazenby, Aldo Lado, Giallo. From what year is this from? Is it written there? 72. I had the Shameless, well, I still technically do have the Shameless DVD of this one. Really enjoyed this. I'm imagining the upgrade's going to be pretty good. New 2K restoration, and has quite a bunch of features here. Commentaries, video interviews, more video interviews, trailers, reversible sleeve. But I kind of preferred this sleeve. One thing I've done recently is, particularly with my 88 films, is if the reverse sleeve didn't have the English title, if it had the Italian title or whatever, I flipped it back to the English one because I was having trouble remembering what films were by their spines. Sometimes the Italian titles are way different and you can't just work it out. So anyway, that's Who Saw Her Die, a really good giallo. Here's some more sleeves. Killer Nun with Anita Ekberg. More sleeves, and another Shameless DVD upgrade, directed by Giulio Bauti. This was a good one when I watched it about 7, 8 years ago. Anita Ekberg from La Dolce Vita, which is a real film, not so much Killer Nun. Notorious nunsploitation film, as it says on the back here. Disturbed woman of the cloth who degenerates into a mire of drug-taking, sexual perversion, and sadistic torture and murder. You're in for a good time. Another 2K restoration from 35mm camera negative. You're not going to get much better than that. And all kinds of features. So, yep. Going to look forward to checking out Killer Nun again. And we've got 2 more left. I told you this would be quick. Wax Mask from Severin. It got a bit of a dent in the post. Bit of a shame. But this is... not a Dario Argento film, but he does present it. It is directed by, let's say it on the back there, Sergio Stivoletti, and a few other names there you'll recognize. Written partially by Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento. Not sure how much Fulci had to do with it, to be honest. And there's the other cover underneath, which will probably have some. Take the slip off and see what some of the text has got. It's the last great Italian gore film of the 20th century. It's very true. By this point, mid-90s, it was starting to get a bit sad from Italian cinema. It just stopped. Directors died, directors moved to different films, and yeah, not so much in the way of Italian horror from this point onwards. And yeah, it's funny. It's a 1997 film, and it's listed here as an 80s throwback. I'm getting old. 2020 next year. It is now closer to 2050 than it is to the 90s. Let that shit sink in. Wax Mask. Never seen it. I didn't get the previous Blu, and I never had the DVD from that same company. It was 17 Films, I think. All the features in the world on the back here. Interviews, more interviews, more interviews. More interviews, lots of interviews. I'm not usually big on talking head interviews. Behind the scenes stuff, there you go. That's what I'm more interested with. On set with Dario, so that is cool. Some old footage. Yeah, so we're going to check out Wax Mask. Very cool. And the last one, oh, I saved the sleaziest till the end. New York Ripper, the new Blue Underground, 3-disc lenticular cover edition. Look at that shit. The knife just goes in, out, in, out, in, out. And, yep, these 4K restorations that they've been putting out are just fantastic. Everybody was thinking maybe only 2 years ago, oh, Blue Underground, they're dead. We don't hear from them anymore. They just turn around, get their old titles, and do ridiculously good transfers. Like Zombie and Maniac up there, and there's a few others as well, which I need to get. So, yeah, everybody's seen this by now. It has a blade-wielding psychopath on the loose in the Big Apple, and there is some duck talking. It is an incredibly sleazy film. It is one of the ones that copped it in Video Nasty's time in England in the 80s, and was, I think, completely and utterly banned very quickly. And yes, all about the sexual violence, this one. It comes with a CD soundtrack. Let's see, have a look inside actually. These 3 discs. They're limited, but there's plenty of them. I don't know what they're limited to. Probably old school limited, like 3,000 or 4,000 or something. And we get book, some discs, reverse cover. Yeah, so that's a nice little package there. And well, that's it for this update. So hope you all enjoyed. I kept it as quick as I could. Thanks for watching. See you next time.